Hi, this is Anna Imagination. We're going to talk about sales and marketing. I had a massive, oh my God, I'm reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and I have a long history of sales and marketing. I first got into sales in 2002. And I have about 20 years customer service behind me. I did debt collections for 5 years. In a job in an industry where the average person lasted 2 years, I endured 5. Debt collections was literally the art of selling debt back to people for absolutely no gain. And I learned a long time ago that if you don't feel good about a word, like sales, change the word. It's a psychology game I've always played with myself, that the problem is not what you're doing, it's the word that you're using. That's the problem. So I struggled with the word sales for years, and I forgot that I did this. I changed the word customer service to peopling or socializing. And when I changed the word customer service to socializing, instantly my customer service anxiety was completely gone. It stopped being a job and it turned into oh my God, I get to go people. And I forgot that I had done this. It was one of those little psychological tricks I played on myself, and it just came to me. So I struggle with sales and marketing, mainly because I hate the concept of sales. Most people do. And the reason why is because, and the documentation is overwhelming. I'm going to be very blunt to you. So this is me. I'm going to shoot straight with you, right down to it. You are right. Sales is dirty. Salesmen are fucking filthy. You're absolutely right. Don't let them tell you otherwise. The entire psychology that is marketing and sales is 100% steeped in a long history of psychological manipulation. The entire craft and profession is built off of the profession of psychological manipulation and persuasion. 100%. And they try and color it and they try and hide it. Now, there is a new wave that's coming up, and it's the ethical business side of things. It's ethical sales. The problem is the history of sales is so tainted, so manipulative, and so disgusting that you can't change the word. It's done. It's a dead word. You hear the word sales and people just feel disgusted and sick. Earlier in this book, there's an example he gave where he was talking to this woman about go into sales. And she was a writer and she became furious. Now, psychology side of me, I'm going, oh, she's having a very aggressive, angry response, which means she has a personal issue with the concept of sales. Like, she has salesman trauma. That's how significantly aggressive her response to him was. And he was talking about how her opinion perspective was, how some people are handed information and they don't take it. But I'm looking at that going, that's a trauma response. Now, I personally have had trauma responses with salespeople. And a lot of business people will sit there and swear up and down, no, sales is great. Now, I'm going to stop you right there. Business speaking, yes, absolutely, sales is great. Sales is mandatory for a business. So there's going to be two sides of this coin. Sales is fucking dirty. It has a long history of psychological manipulation. And sales is mandatory for doing anything with business. If you want to be successful in your business, you're going to have to do sales. You're going to have to master it. You're going to have to really get into it. The best businessmen are salesmen. And sales is really fucking dirty. It has a long history of psychological manipulation. So now there's people going, and I was one of these people going, what the fuck? I don't want to touch sales because of the ethical filth that it is, but I need to do sales. Here's how it's done. It's not sales. It's communication. It's communication. I was reading, again, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And I got to this one point where he was talking about fear of rejection, communication, negotiation, and I went, whoa, 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 whoa. Let's take a massive step back. Let's remove the word sales and let's set it over there. Now, a salesman has one agenda: make a sale, make a sale. They will railroad you, they will push you down, they will bully you, and they will get their sale, and they're fucking assholes. And they're not my people. So I'm really, and this was such a huge obstacle for me because I'm a businesswoman. This is what I do. And ethics. So I was so stuck. And this is the solution. You can't use the word sales anymore because the word sales has been dragged through the sewer. You can't use it anymore. Instead, it's ethical filtering, ethical triage, ethical communication. And this is the difference. No salesman, a true salesman, and this is true of any business, no businessman wants to work with someone who doesn't want to work with them. And they know this. A proper head right on their shoulders, they get it. They don't want to work with a businessman who don't want to work with them. They don't want clients who don't want to be there. So the purpose of sales, when it's executed ethically and properly, is to triage the people who are really wanting to be there versus the people who really don't want to be there. Now, dirty sales is bully the people who don't want to be there, take their money, and then drop them. That's literally dirty sales, and that's how a lot of people do it. And that is still taught old school by a lot of people still. But that's not sales. This is another wolf in sheep's clothing. The other side of it is, and this is very, very common now, I'm seeing this with a lot of ethical businesses now coming forward, where it's, I'm here to do triage. This is what I've got. Are you interested or not? Are you in or out? Are you in or out? This is what I got. And it's all about a communication. It's all about talking. And it's like, I'm not here to make a sale. I'm here to find out if you are my people. And completely different mindset, completely different attitude. So I'll go into a marketing event. I'll go into a networking event. And I'll talk to people, and I will literally find people who are my people. I call them the kin of my ilk. I'm looking for the kin of my ilk. And we're friends no matter what. I love them to pieces. But if we can do business together, more awesome, yay. And this is how it goes. It starts off with networking event. Hi, what do you do? Well, what do you do? Let's talk, let's chat. We vet. We feel each other out. We have cards in our hands. You don't show your own cards. You keep your cards. And if they are legit good people, if you find out that they're solid, then you kind of like, hey, so I got something I want to talk to you about. And the idea is, this is really it. And this is the difference. A good salesman, a solid business person, somebody who's doing ethical sales is looking for a win-win-win. Look, I want to scratch your back. You scratch mine. Let me nurture your company and boost yours, give you the platform to shine while you give me value. It's a win-win. Now, over here in the dirty business world, it's bully you, pressure you, cripple you, take your money, leave you for dead. We're familiar with that. That's dirty sales. But over here, it's, look, I'm looking for win-wins. This is how I talk. This is literally how I do it, how I talk like this when I'm making a sale. But I don't call this sales. It's sales, but it isn't sales. What it is I'm telling you like it is. I'm shooting straight, and I'm going to be honest with you. I love win-win-wins. I have a thing that's behind me. If you've got a thing, I want to throw our cards on the table, figure out what it is we can do to help each other, and create a win-win. They say that sounds like something I'd be interested in. Let's go ahead and put our brains together. So after 2 or 3 friendship meetings, then we meet and we talk business and we sit there and compare cards and we're like, yeah, so what have you got? Well, here's a couple of my ideas. Oh yeah, I got ideas. Yeah. And we figure out where we line up. So then we start talking, comparing cards, and we compose a, I think we have a possibility for a win-win here. In the meantime, we'll continue chatting. We'll continue having a great time. Things will go along smoothly. This is proper sales. And then after another week, they'll message me. You know what? I've been thinking about what you said. Let's meet up. Let's do it for real. Let's throw cards on the table and see what we've got. All right. Sit down. You have a 3-hour meeting. Here's how it works. These are all the cards on my table. This is my big idea. This is my project. You got people on board, bring them to me, and we'll create a win-win, win-win. Yeah, let's do that. Now we're networking. Now we're bringing in multiple people, and now we have a project started. Massively. This is how business is done. Now I have found my people. We've triaged the problem. We've located the issue. I've been able to sell them on my idea. They've sold me on mine. But really all we've done is networked and communicated. And we're honest of, look, I just want to find a win-win-win. Now, if all sales were handled that way, that's sales. That's business. Now, over here, you've got the dirty, manipulative, red herring, smoke and mirror show, which is bullshit. This is the difference. The sales, the dirty sales that everyone's familiar with, that's actually poor man mindset sales. That is 100% poor man mindset sales. It's done by small business owners. It is not done by entrepreneurs. It is not done by CEOs. I have a graph where there's three economies inside of each other. There's your small closed economy, there's your invisible economy, and then there's the global economy. The government consists and lives with the small business owner and the 9-to-5 job people and the homeless people in the small community. That's your closed economy. Outside of that, you have your invisible economy. That's where the corporates and the CEOs and the entrepreneurs live. And then outside of that is your global economy. And the people who are inside where the government are, the 9-to-5 and all that, that is a closed economy. They are usually highly uneducated about economics. They're highly uneducated about business. They have no clue what's going on the invisible economy. Most of them don't even know there's an invisible economy because it's invisible. And these are the people who do the manipulative garbage sales. Now you get outside into the entrepreneur world and there is no sales like that. We don't tolerate that shit. It's, I want to create a win-win. Let's see what we can put together. And if you're not my people, you're not my people. I don't want you anyway. I love you, but if you're not going to help me with a win-win, and if I can't help you, let's not waste each other's time. And that's how it's really done. Now, the problem is the word sales is so filthy right now that there's just this horrible cringe by association. So I remembered then what I had done years ago where you just changed the word. Don't use the word sales anymore. It's network communication win-win. It's communicating for a win-win. That's what I do. I don't do sales. I do communications for a win-win. That's what I do. Now, business, it's sales. It's absolutely sales. And it's a mastery of sitting down, really throwing down game, doing triage through communications to figure out who's on your side, who's going to help you out, who wants to jump on your ship and join you, and who really just needs to, that they're just not your people, which is okay. Now, the best part about this is not rejection. This is triage. You're just doing networking exploration to figure out, hey, are you on board with this? Or are we going to be able to work as a team to get a win-win or no? Not a problem. Now, over here, you're right. Sales is really, really dirty. It's disgusting and it's absolutely unethical what they're doing. We need to call it something else. You really do need to learn sales. So when you really start to understand that it's the word, the usage, you're right. It's fucking dirty. But you've got two different things happening here. And really, at this point, they do need two different names. The thing is, the people who are over here are over it. They have figured out how to put it in their head and be okay with it because they understand, yeah, that's not sales. That's a bully and abuse. So in their minds, they're going, yeah, sales is fucking awesome because it's literally, let's sit down, negotiate the win-wins. It's awesome. Who doesn't want to do that? But over here, they're going, yeah, sales is dirty. It's really dirty. And you're right, it's really dirty. But when these people are talking to the people, they are not talking the same language. Big perspective gap. This is a great example of a perspective gap. Is you've got a bunch of fourth perspectives over here not understanding a language, and you've got a massive sixth, seventh perspectives over here not understanding this language. You're using the same word, sales, but sales over here does not mean sales over here. So before you can talk to each other, you need a huge, let's sit down and straighten out the communication gap. Because the understanding of what sales is, ethically what you've experienced, and what it really is are two completely different things. And you're not going to find ethical sales or proper sales skills anywhere in the business field at this level. You're not. It doesn't exist. It's one of those things that entrepreneurs had to figure out, and they do. And then they go, oh, this is sales. Oh, that's not sales. I mean, it's sales, but that's not sales. That is a bully being an asshole, wolf in sheep's clothing. This is sales. And these people are over here going, yeah, sales are asshole. I want nothing to do with that. And they don't realize the disconnect. This is what happens when you get people who just learn it, tradesmen, they don't have the mastery of it yet to articulate what it is. So what I like to call it, instead of calling it sales, is really communication for the win-win, or negotiations, or networking for the win-win. That's a really great, we're networking for the win-win. That's a great one. So instead of calling it sales, learn how to get good at networking and communicating for the win-win. See the difference? Don't do sales. Do sales, it's called sales. Don't do sales. Do networking and communication for the win-win. Completely different mindset, completely different strategy, completely different sales technique, or communication networking for the win-win. Thank you so much, and may the kindest of words always find you.